Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the channel. How you doing? How you living? How you feeling? I'm doing great in all those categories, thank God. Blessing, a blessing. And what's another blessing is another little stack of vinyl. This is the stuff I just didn't have time to show in the last video, so I'm showing them in this video. So glad to have you all aboard just for that. So without chatting away, let's just get into it. This is a remastered version of Oingo Boingo's Good for the Soul. I don't know if this is an anniversary pressing or whatnot, but the hype sticker says remastered, limited edition of 500 on blue and green vinyl. I have a really old used copy of this record from years ago. This sounds a lot better than the used copy I have. And yes, it is on blue and green colored vinyl. And it sounds great. It sounds absolutely fantastic. In fact, the other side has a custom label on it. The cover art, look at that. That's purty. So purty. And it sounds great too. And you know, I like a lot of the songs on here. You know, What Do You Want to Be? No Spill Blood. Nothing Bad Ever. Dead or Alive. I mean, the whole album's fun to listen to. Really dig this album. Really dig it. I almost said Just Another Day, so I had to pause for a minute. It's like, wait a minute, that's not this album. It makes me miss this band. Some of the members of the band get together with a different singer and they perform the Boingo songs. Or the lead singer will get a band and orchestra together and he'll do his version of the songs. Wouldn't it be great if they just came together and just reformed and did a reunion? I'm sure there was him, the guitarist, the singer and the guitarist, they got together and did shows, but I would like to see whoever's still around of the original band, everybody get together, one big crazy concert. That'd be fun. And do it on Halloween like they used to do. That'd be killer. But this is a really fun album. And it has been, since I bought this, it had been a long time since I've spun this record. And I forgot how much I like it. And so, and the remastered audio, of course, makes it sound brand new. As if I'm hearing it for the first time. It was so cool to chill with this one. And I had a great time. I'm glad I got this. So any Boingo fans out there, if you see this record, grab it because it says limited to 500. I don't know why. They should have made a lot more of these because they sound and look awesome. So Oingo Boingo, Good for the Soul. Okay, we're going to go back very early 80s with Icehouse, Primitive Man. Let me take it out of the sleeve. There we go, Primitive Man. For the longest time, the only song I knew from Icehouse was Electric Blue and Crazy. It wasn't until I started going to record stores and started pulling some of their older albums, which I did in the past year or so. And I realized how much I love this band. Not just the two songs I mentioned on that album, which I think is a Man of Color or something like that, or Book of Colors. I can't remember the name of the album. But it's the album that has Electric Blue and Crazy on it. I went back to the older albums and started buying those because they're pretty cheap. And I really love what I've been hearing from, especially this one. This is now my new favorite old Icehouse record. This is a gold stamp promo. So, early pressing of it. And it sounds really good. I like the music on it. It has that cool 80s kind of synthy sound to it that you would hear from like 81 or 82. Very cool album. The songs are great. And really love it. The single on here I think that everyone might be familiar with is Hey Little Girl. I actually have a 7-inch picture disc of that. And that was before I got this album. And I remember I loved the picture disc and the song, but forgot it was on this album. And this was entertaining from start to finish, so I really enjoyed this one. And let's put that to the side here. And I also got this one too, and it's just self-titled Ice House. I think this is the one that came out in '81, or is it '80? I don't really remember. Um, but really cool. This is a promo copy, as the hype sticker says. No album name, just says Ice House on it. Probably their first record, I would imagine. Oh, and there's a picture of the band faintly back there. They look like ghosts in the damn thing. This one, good album. Not as good as the last one I showed you, but still a very good album. I guess they were just, it was their debut. They're sort of experimenting what their sound is. But very, very cool sounding record, so I really dug this one. I only spun it once, so I can't really recall any song names right now. But, you know, when I was starting to get into their old records and digging into some of their videos on YouTube, I came across a concert that was probably from a few years ago, and the lead singer looked so much older with shorter hair, but he still sounded exactly the same. And I thought, well, I'll just listen to the couple of songs I know and turn it off. Well, I did hear the couple of songs I knew, but I stayed with the whole concert video, which was just over an hour, and was thoroughly entertained by all the songs, not just the two that I knew. They're a really good live sounding band, at least on the live video I found on YouTube, which was from a few years ago. It was recorded a few years ago, and they sounded great. And now I'm glad I've been getting all these old Ice House records. I've been finding them out in the wild. If I could find some kind of live album from them, that would be a really killer find, because Ice House, from this past year, I've been going into their vinyl whenever I happen to run into it. I was lucky to run into 2 albums this dig, and really been loving what I hear. More to them than just the 2 songs I knew from them. So really glad to be having a Ice House collection starting to grow. Alright, as far as albums, that's about it. I'm going to show you some 12-inch singles that I thought were pretty interesting. This one is a beauty, an absolute beauty. It's from Tears for Fears. It is a picture disc 12-inch single for the song Advice for the Young at Heart. And look at that picture disc. That is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous disc for a very beautiful, beautiful pop song. It was Advice for the Young at Heart is probably my favorite song off of the Seeds of Love album. And of course here I'll show you the back of the single. So it is great to have a single for the song Advice for the Young at Heart, and to have it on such a cool looking picture disc. I mean, this is a collectible right here. When I saw this in the vinyl store, I was so excited to see it. At first I thought it was a single for Sowing the Seeds of Love, until I looked closer and I realized, oh my god, it's my favorite song on the album, which is, you know, Advice for the Young at Heart. I didn't know it came in a picture disc. Now of course here's the back of the sleeve here. I didn't know it came on a picture disc. That's why I got so excited. And when I spun the record, it was just absolutely fantastic. I had a great time with this. I'm really glad I picked it up. On the B-side, we have Johnny Panic and the Bible of Dreams. And Music for Tables. I spun it once, but I already forgot what those 2 songs sound like. But the A-side, I must have spun 10 times already. And let's just say I can't get enough of Advice for the Young at Heart. It's a great song from Tears for Fears. One of my favorites that they've ever written. And it just feels so good to have it on this rare picture disc 12-inch single. The song sounds great on here. And I just can't help but sing along to it. There's just certain songs when you hear them, and no matter how crappy of a day you're having, you spin it and you just hear the song and you instantly start feeling better. And then you're singing along with the chorus. It's a great chorus in the song. and you feel your mood start to lift, and you almost can't remember what you felt so crappy about after the song is over. Such a therapeutic song for me, to be honest with you. That's the power that this song has over me. It just lifts my spirit so much. So whatever they would have wanted for this single, I would have paid, because it's just that amazing of a song. All right, I never had this on a 12-inch single, so it's really cool to put this in the collection. It's from Talk Talk. It's My Life. This is probably the only song most people know from Talk Talk, even though they have lots of great songs. This is the one that everyone pretty much knows, or they know it, they just didn't realize it was Talk Talk. But great 80s song. First time I ever seen this on a 12-inch single, so it made it a very cool find. And let me get the other side here so you can see. And right side up. There we go. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? This is a UK pressing of the single. Very nice. So on side one, you get the 12-inch single mix of It's My Life, and also the album version of It's My Life. On side two, it's a song called Talk Talk Recycled, which is 4 Talk Talk songs kind of morphed together like a big medley. Studio tracks, of course, and it's Life Is What You Make It, Living in Another World, Such a Shame, and then it ends with It's My Life. All those songs. I actually like Talk Talk Recycled. I think I've spun that probably more than It's My Life on this single. It is such a cool way they morph all those songs together. It's awesome. Really great song though. This is a timeless classic 80s song that I never get tired of listening. I even like the version that No Doubt did. They remade the song and covered it, and they did a wonderful job with the song. They made the song sound awesome, and a lot of people still think they're the original people that sing that song. It's actually Talk Talk, if you're as old as I. So anyway, that's a great single. All right, to me, here's another 80s classic. No one else would agree with me, but I think it is. It is from Giorgio Moroder and Philip Oakey, Living Together, or is it, no, just Together in Electric Dreams. I don't know why I said Living Together. Together in Electric Dreams is the name of the song, the name of the 12-inch single. It's from the very crappy movie called Electric Dreams, which came out in the mid-80s, or 83 or 84. Terrible movie, absolutely. I had the unfortunate experience of seeing that movie only once, and that was one time too many. But this song, I do like. Philip Oakey, of course, is the lead singer from the band Human League, and everybody knows who Giorgio Moroder is. Great producer. The work he done just alone with Donna Summer is awesome. So anyway, a terrible movie. Some would even say a terrible song. Because it does have that classic 80s cheese sound to it, the synth pop 80s cheese sound to it. Because I think this came out in 83 or 84. I will be the first to admit it does have a cheesy sound to it. But I love me some 80s cheese if it's served up just right, and this one is. And this is the extended version of the song on side A, and side B, extended version done instrumentally. So I love the extended version of the song. I mean, I once heard the whole soundtrack of the movie, and this of course was the opening track. The rest of the songs I thought were terrible, and I just thought I would wait out if I ever found this on a 45 or 12-inch single. Well, the day finally came. Here it is. And I couldn't be happier. I've spun this little single, God knows how many times. And it just makes me happy. Really, really happy. I'm probably the only one, but it does make me happy. I know I'm alone on this one, but when I saw this in the record shop, my eyes just went like that because I was so excited to see this. Again, like the Tears for Fears, they could have asked any price they would have wanted. I would have paid it because this had to come home with me. And I have been a happy boy ever since. Great 80s cheesy pop song. I love it. Alright. And here's one that I really love. It's my favorite song from this band. It's Pet Shop Boys, What Have I Done to Deserve This? Another 12-inch single, another UK pressing of the song, or the single. This is the one they did with, featuring Dusty Springfield. So, really nice 80s pop song. This has a bunch of different mixes of the song. It has the extended mix. It has a disco dance mix. They're all not bad. I prefer just the album version. That sounds best to me. Just when you're starting to get a little tired of the disco flavor of the song, it's over. But they're not bad. They're really good mixes. Again, not something I'm going to listen to a lot because I like the album version best. I think that's perfect. This gets a little self-indulgent, but it's not that bad. But I'm so glad to have this. I've never seen this on a 12-inch single. I do have the 7-inch single, which is just the regular album version of the song. So it's pretty cool to have it on a 12-inch single. So, like I said, it's one of my favorite Pet Shop Boys songs, that and Suburbia. And now I have them both on a 12-inch single. So makes my Pet Shop Boys collectible very happy. It's funny when I show that. I'm filming this video, today's the 12th of October on a Tuesday night. No, Wednesday night, sorry. And, yeah, tonight, as we speak, as I'm sitting in front of this camera, the Pet Shop Boys are giving a concert in San Francisco with them in New Order. Well, New Order's opening for the Pet Shop Boys at the brand new, I think it's the Chase Center in San Francisco. It's where the Golden State Warriors play basketball. Their home, the Golden State Warriors' home. And this was a concert I was really interested in seeing, and I went to other few concerts. I took a vacation for a while, and the funds just weren't there for the tickets for this show, and it sold out pretty fast. Well, tonight's the night. Had I been a little richer, I'd be in San Francisco right now getting ready to see the show. So it's funny I should show this tonight when they're just an hour and a half drive from here in San Francisco. Though in a concert, I could have heard the song in person. That would have been a big thrill, but oh well. No worries. All right, let's move on. Here's a blind buy. I've never heard of this band. I've never heard of this song. But something about the cover I liked, so I thought I'd give it a try. I ended up liking it. The band is called The Mission. This is called Tower of Strength. I have never heard of this band or this song before in my life. I'm just digging, going through the M's, miscellaneous M's, and I stumble upon this. And something about this cover really caught my eye, and it has like a texture to it. the blue areas have a texture to it. It looks really cool. I was just gonna forget about it because I had never heard of the song, and then I flipped backwards back to it, and I was like, And normally, if I'm that curious, I'll get my phone out, open up YouTube, type in the name of the band, the name of the song, and sample it. Didn't do that this time. I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it. I normally don't do this very much. I'm just gonna buy it because I found the cover interesting. Weird, and it's actually a nice put together little 12-inch thing. Well, they got a custom label there. Really nice. I end up liking the song. It's a great song. It's kind of a dark song, and kind of dark, gothish sounding song, but it sounds great. Tower of Strength. Side 1 is Tower of Strength and the song Breathe instrumental. Side 2, Fabinine, I think it's called. And Dream On, a cover of the Aerosmith song done in their original way, the band's original way. They kind of gothed it a little bit. Produced by John Paul Jones, so Zeppelin fans know who that is. So interesting, I thought. Let's just blind buy it and give it a chance. If I don't like it, I've only invested like $5-6 in this 12-inch single. Not that expensive. Maybe I'll trade it, take it in with a bunch of other trades and see what I can get for it. end up liking the song. I wouldn't say I was blown away or anything like that, but it's a good song, and I'm going to keep it because I like it. And like I said, I don't know why, but I just found this cover very interesting, so wanted to get it, and I got it, and there we are. It's great when these things work out. There's been sometimes I did some blind buys, and the song sounded so crappy, I felt stupid for even trying it. But success. Mission, Tower of Strength, pretty good song. So there we go. Those are the 12-inch singles. I'm going to run through some 7-inch singles I picked up that I'm really happy to get. I'm a big Genesis fan, so anything I could put in Genesis 45 collection is a big thing for me, and especially this one because I didn't have this one on 45. It is their song No Son of Mine, which came out in 91. And I remember the first time I heard this on radio, one of the rock radio stations back in 1991, premiered this song live on the radio, and I was sitting in my room listening to it, and I was just, I was instantly hooked by this song, because it's real catchy. And I still remember that first day it premiered on radio, and I was like, when is the album coming out? When are they going to announce tour dates? I got to save my money, and I didn't. Saw him on this tour in Sacramento. It was a great, great show. Legendary show. I even got a bootleg from that show. And No Son of Mine is a great song. It's one of their best singles. The B-side is Living Forever, which is this side, and here's the No Son of Mine side. Very nice. Very nice. I didn't have this one on a 45. In fact, I don't think I have any of the 45s from the I Can't Dance album on 45. So this is the only one I have from this album. I don't want the song I Can't Dance because I can't stand that fucking song. That is the one Genesis song that I really, really don't like. And it was it was a successful single too. And I remember they kept playing on the radio, and it would just, I swear to God, I thought I was going to vomit. It's that bad. I think it is. But there was another one. What's the other one? Tell Me Why. That's a good song. I know that one's on a 45. I got to track that one down. But really cool to have that in the Genesis collection, as well as No Reply at All. This is from the Abacab album. And I actually had this already, but this copy was in way better shape than the copy I have. So I just went ahead and got it. There we go. And there's the label. Right, there we go. There's the label for No Reply at All by Genesis. Really catchy song that has the Earth, Wind & Fire horn section in it on the studio recording. There's a bootleg of Earth, Wind & Fire horn section playing with Genesis live during the Abacab tour. That's a real treat to listen to. Great song. Absolutely great song. Back with the song Nominal. I never knew if I was saying that right, because it's an instrumental. And you can hear Phil Collins' vocals faintly in the background going, no, 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 no. So I think it's Nominal is how you pronounce it. I don't know. It's an instrumental. It never made any of their records. It never made an album. It's just a B-side. But No Reply at All. A lot of Genesis fans can't stand the Abacab album. I love that album, so it's always cool to collect some single from that album. Here's a single that I did have already. I had it on a 10-inch single, but this one came on a picture disc, and it looks fantastic. It is from Marillion, the song Kaylee, probably one of the most popular singles the band's ever put out. And this 10-inch picture disc is really cool, really cool. Back with the song Lady Nina is the B-side song on here. Very nice picture disc. I have the 12-inch single picture disc, but not the 7-inch. So this is a really good find, and me being the huge Marillion fan that I am, really glad to pull this one. It was a piece of the collection I did not have, and I got a lot of Marillion stuff. I once did a video just on my Marillion singles alone, and I might have to do another one because I've pulled so many Marillion singles since then, but who knows if I'll do that. Because I don't know which didn't appear in the last video, so I don't know. I might just leave that alone. Anyway, let's continue on. Robert Plant, Big Log. One of my favorite of his solo songs, and I finally found it on a 45. Love this song since I first heard it way back in the day. I love the guitar on this song. The lead guitar is really cool on this song. You know, I know a lot of people who cannot stand, who are diehard, you know, Zeppelin fans, who can't stand anything Robert Plant did as a solo artist. And I think that's too bad because there was really he really had some great songs on his solo albums. I was a big fan of his solo albums, and to my shame, you know, being an 80s kid, and in the 70s, I really didn't listen to music. I was more into toys and Star Wars and science fiction and comic books and playing outside. So I really wasn't that big of a music fan in the 70s. So I missed the whole Zeppelin thing as a little kid. Being an 80s kid, I heard this on MTV and thought, wow, now that's a cool song. And as far as I was concerned, Robert Plant was a new artist to me. It wasn't until my older brothers told me he was in a band called Led Zeppelin, which didn't mean shit to me. I was like, okay, fine. But this song's cool. And all these other songs after, they would premiere on MTV. It wasn't until Live Aid I realized how big of a band Zeppelin was. I mean, that's how long it took me. And then my brother started playing me some Zeppelin songs. I thought, well, that is cool too. Different, but it's cool. It doesn't sound like this. And so I guess I kind of came at it backwards, I guess you could say in a way. But now I'm a huge Zeppelin fan. But I like both. Why can't people just like both? But whatever. It's a free country. So far. Anyway, let's move on. Def Leppard, Let It Go. This is kind of a rarity. I've never seen this on a 45 before, and I thought I like Def Leppard. I'm a big Def Leppard of the 80s. Def Leppard, I'm a big fan of. Back with the song Switch 625 or 625, which is an instrumental. Really cool song from High and Dry, the album High and Dry. And I'm a big fan of the song Let It Go. It is a really cool song, and I really love me some early years of Def Leppard, and to find this on a 45 was a great find. I love it. This was a cool find too, kind of a change of pace though from Def Leppard. It's the Pretenders for the single Hymn to Her, and this is a gatefold single. There's two 45s in this, and there's the gatefold artwork. So, the first record, side A, Hymn to Her. Second side, Room Full of Mirrors. And then on the second 45, we have 2,000 Miles on side A. On side 2 or side B, we have Show Me. So, 4 really good songs from the Pretenders. And here's the label for record 1. All 4 songs sound great. And Chrissie Hynde's voice sounds absolutely killer on all these songs. And here's record 2, same label, but really good music. This is a UK pressing, I believe. Yeah, UK pressing. See, I'm not lying. Double single, really good stuff. Looked very rare. I got quite the collection of singles from the Pretenders on 7-inch singles, so this was a great addition to that collection because this is one I didn't have yet. So really happy to pull that one into the collection. Couple from Pink Floyd. This one's Learning to Fly. Really old copy, but really cool record. It's a promo record, so really cool. Same song on both sides. I remember when I first heard this song, and I was familiar with Pink Floyd. I wasn't that bad, but I never knew the members of the band. I just knew the name Pink Floyd. So I wasn't aware when I first, because I remember this world premiered on MTV. I wasn't aware that Roger Waters was in the band because I didn't know who Roger Waters was. I didn't know who David Gilmour was. I just knew Pink Floyd, but I didn't know anyone's name. So whenever I first heard this single, I didn't even realize it was the first album without Roger Waters. I didn't learn that till a few years later after the fact. But a great song nonetheless, whether Roger Waters was there or not. Great song. Okay, Roger Waters is on these two songs. This is another one from Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd, The Wall. Music taken from the film. I've seen this one a few times in the record shop, but never pulled the trigger on it. Cool packaging on this single. If I can just get this open here. Very cool packaging. This part opens up, so you get some pictures from the film. Very nice, very nice. I'm not a big fan of the two songs that are on here. I have to be honest. And I'll just show you the label real fast. There's the label. And the two songs I'm talking about are When the Tigers Break Free and Bring the Boys Back Home. Those are the two songs on this record, side one, side two. Not a big fan of either one of those songs. In fact, The Wall is not my favorite Pink Floyd record. I do like the record, it's just not my favorite from them. And because my biggest complaint about The Wall is what is good on that album is legendary, timeless classics. And we know what we're talking about, the Comfortably Numb and Another Brick in the Wall, Hey You. I mean, those are classic freaking songs, untouchable. But there's certain songs on here, like these two I mentioned, and The Trial mostly, that I considered unlistenable. I just can't sit through those songs. And these songs, maybe these two songs will grow on me, but the first time I spun this and listened, didn't do much for me. But because I'm a big fan of Pink Floyd and I like to collect rare things from them, this looked pretty rare. So I thought, what the hell, but I just couldn't get into those two songs. And I remember when to see the band Brit Floyd, the tribute band. They ended their concert with the song "The Trial," and they did the whole stage production, the video. They showed the cartoon. It was super effing loud, where my seat was shaking. They cranked that part of the song so loud. Oh, it felt like torture. It felt like torture. The stage production was great. I just wish they picked a different song. So that's my beef with that album. But anyway, I like collecting things from them. All right, last one. I've been talking your ear off. Thank you for sticking with me. I mean that too. This is to satisfy my old school R&B appetite. Earth, Wind & Fire, Getaway. Another song I've never seen before on a 45 single. They are my heroes, Earth, Wind & Fire. That's how much I dig this band. I believe this is a promo copy as well. Here we have side A of Getaway, which is in a stereo mix, and then side B is in a mono mix. Promo copy of the single. Very nice. And a great song from Earth, Wind & Fire. Like I said earlier, during the 70s, I wasn't much into music, but I dug the hell out of these guys. In fact, their album All in All was the first album I actually experienced. First song all the way to the last song in one sitting, and that's when I was like 7 years old. That's when the album came out. And at 7 years old, I mean, there's a lot of themes that just went over my head as a 7-year-old in the 70s. But still, I made a connection to that album because the music and the vibe was so good. It instantly connected with me, and staring at the larger-than-life album artwork that was on that album, All in All. I mean, this is from a different album, of course, but yeah, it was the first album to actually connect with me that I could recall. I would actually sit and actually listen to that album on an 8-track in our home stereo and just start from the first song all the way to the last song and really dig it. That album still makes a big connection with me all these years later. They are Earth, Wind and Fire and Maurice White. They're just my heroes, absolute heroes. They are music to me as far as I'm concerned. All right, that's gonna do it. Just the bench I didn't have time to show in the last video. Hope you guys like what you saw. Leave me some comments and I will get back to you guys. Always nice to chat with you. Hope everyone's doing great out there. Keep music spinning. Keep your spirits up. And we will chat again. Take care.